using this lovely paper from Echo Park called A Walk in the Park, this particular one. This is their 6x6 pack, and it has a lovely double-sided sheet, some really, really nice patterns. And gorgeous, gorgeous colours that really kind of coordinate well together, which is really, really nice that you get these packs, and they're quite diverse, the colourings, and yet they all seem to match in together, which is nice. And the one that I'm going to use is this lovely tree one here. And on the back, and I wanted it double-sided because of what I'm going to do, and on the back it's got this lovely sort of polka dot design in the teals. Okay, so I've also got these two inks from Colourbox, and it's turquoise and seagrass, and I'm not sure which of the two I'm going to use, or I might even use both. So I've got those. I've got my Memento because I've got some stamps and I want to colour them using my Pro markers. So I've got my Memento, and I'm going to do that in the rich cocoa, so it's just a slightly sort of softer, vintagey, more feel to it. That's just my glue. I've got a lovely scallop punch, and this one is just by X-Cut, so but any normal scallop punch, or it doesn't even have to be a scallop, you can use any punch that you want. And then I've got two sets of stamps. Now this one is by Print Cricket, and this is one of her background stamps, and it's a really, really lovely, just a lovely polka dot, so we're going to try that one. And I've not done such a big stamp for a long time, so that'll be interesting. And this set of stamps was actually just a free set that came with the magazine, and I'm going to use this little bird here and Have a Tweet Day, and I'm going to use that on with the brown Memento, so that's what I'm going to be colouring in. This is just an envelope that I have that's actually Anna Griffin, and it matches the Anna Griffin cardstock. So I've got basic cardstock here from Anna Griffin, sort of a lovely buttermilk sort of colour, and that's 7 by 10, and I'm going to fold that in half. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is my stamping of my actual images, so they get a little chance to dry. So we're going to take my little bird, and we're going to pop him on my little rocker block, make sure it's firm. Now I don't know what these are going to stamp like, because they were obviously some free stamps, so I don't know what the quality's like, so we'll soon find out. Pretty sure that my ink needs redoing as well. Okay, so I'm going to do it up here so that I can have plenty of space if I need to do it again. No, that's come out lovely. Then we're going to get my Have a Tweet Day, and I'm stick that on my rocker block and ink that up. And again, I'm just going to put this right at the top here. That gives me some space as well for other images. There we go. That's come out really, really nicely. I'm pleased with those. So next I'm going to take my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and we're just going to score this card in half, so at the 5 inches mark. This card is going to be a landscape card, so I want to take a section off the bottom here. Trimmed off about 1 inch, and I used a trimmer that had a slight sort of decal edge there, so that's just giving it just a little bit of something there, so it doesn't look like just a real abrupt cut. So that's for there. And then the next thing I need to do is apply my polka dot stamps, which I'm going to put across the whole of this front part of the card. The paper that I'm going to be using is this one, so I'm just looking at the two colours that I've got. Okay, so now we're going to ink up this very big block. Now it's only a little ink pad, but that's fine. You don't need a massive ink pad just because you've got a massive stamp, because you can just work your way along. So I need to
place my stamp at the top line because I don't want it going over the top of my card. And then just rock. And again, I'm not too worried about being patchy or anything because I want it to look that kind of vintage look. Just need this edge piece, so I'm just going to ink down this side. And that's a really, really lovely stamp. I really like that. And I like the way it's kind of gone quite mottly. Okay, so the next thing I did was I actually had a little change of plan, and I've actually now, this was 5 there, and I've actually now changed it to 5 across, so it's a 5 by 5 square card. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is to cut this piece of paper. So I want it to go on my card just at this bottom part here. So I'm just going to cut a strip, and then of course I want to do my scallop edges. I need to cut a strip of about probably 2 or 3 inches. A piece of card that I've cut, and that's to go in here. Now, as I said, I was going to scallop it, but now I've put it in there. I really like it just as it is with the trees showing as they are. So we just put it at the top, and obviously you're putting the glue on the right side because you're wanting it right side up, and then just a little bit down. Don't go too far down, but just a little on the sides. Okay, put that to one side for a second, and then take your card base and then just go along this edge here, like so. Okay, and then what you need to do is put your piece of card in the right place, like so, and then just fold the front over, and then it will naturally stick, and you know that you've got it in exactly the right place so that it will stand up. On the inside we've got that lovely colour as well, so it's all really looking sort of interesting. And here are my pro markers. So as you can see, I'm not exactly short on pro markers. I do really, really like pro markers, and I sort of end up collecting them all. Okay, so the bird needs to have some of that teal colour in it, or that sort of greeny teal tone to it. Now the advantage of it being on here is that I can test my colours and compare it to the card to see if they're in keeping, which this is. Just colour these feathers in. Now obviously I'm cutting this out, so to a certain extent some of this isn't going to show, but I'm hoping to catch it. Next thing we need to do is cut those all out. Okay, so here's our 2 pieces cut out, and as you can see I've left a little margin around the edges of them, just to give like a little border sort of shadow effect. Okay, so now we need to start popping these onto our card. Okay, so now I need to cut a little tag. So I've got into Tags, Bags, Boxes and More. Fabulous cartridge. I love this cartridge. You can get so much stuff out of it. And what I want to do is this one here, the mirror window, which is on page 90, and it's this tag here, but I want to do this particular feature key. Because it's a double-sided paper, I really think that when I fold it over it's going to look really super cool. Okay, so here we are at the Cricut. I've loaded Tags, Bags, Boxes and More, and I've got my paper in, I've loaded the map. And this paper is from the same stack, but obviously a slightly different pattern, and a different pattern on the reverse because I thought it'd be nice to have something complementary. Okay, so the button that I need is this one here, and I want it on the mirror window feature key. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to do that at 2 3/4. I'm hoping that will come out correct, and I want maximum pressure, maximum speed and maximum blade, and then we're ready to cut. Okay, now I'm just going to whiz up to this little piece of cream card. Okay, so I want my blackout feature now, and the same image. I'm going to try taking this down just by
oops, that's pressure, by a little bit, by 1/2 inch. I don't know if this will work, but what I may do is just chop the top of the tag off if necessary, just off here. But what I'm trying to do is keep the background, the two sides of the card showing through. So but in case my sentiment couldn't be stamped on it, I just wanted to cut out the cream card. So let's press cut and see what happens. So this may or may not work, this bit, but we'll see. Okay, so then we're going to hit unload paper. Okay, so here's my little piece of card that we're going to stamp my sentiment on. And I've got happy birthday from that set, and I'm going to use the darker of the two teal colours that I had. And it's nice and juicy. I'm hoping it'll emboss okay. And then I'm going to pop that down. Like so. What I decided to do is use my Versamark and just put a nice layer of ink all over my card, and then take my embossing powder and literally pour that all over. Tip it up very carefully, and then I'm just going to very carefully heat that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I need to attach that and attach it to the inside of my tag here. Just making sure it's nice and straight. There we go. And there is the tag for my little card. What I will also do is exactly the same to these two pieces as well, because I think that just gives it a bit of a lift. I've got this lovely grosgrain ribbon, and I think that that's going to just look really nice. So I'm going to take that all the way around because I don't want like a horrible line, and I am actually going to just put like a line of glue, a glue runner down the back there so it holds it in place. So I want, actually I'll put it on the ribbon, it would be easier. I want it just in a simple knot, so we'll cut it just about there. Okay, and then so it's going to be about here. So on the back it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th dot up. So let's put a little line of ribbon, so, ribbon glue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's just up there. And this just holds it in place so it's nice and neat on the inside, because I can't stand it when it's like all messy on the inside. You know, it's got to look as nice on the inside as it does on the out. And then just carefully place my ribbon so that I can do a lovely little knot. Little fingers and thumbs. I want it sort of off at an angle slightly, like that. Just try and straighten that bit a bit. There we go. And then just snip a piece off there, and snip a piece there, like so. Let's get my pin flare. And I'm just taking, you do have a syringe for this, but I quite just like putting the little blobs on. I find that works better for me. There we go. And what I'm trying to do is sort of put the front part of the tag kind of near the bow. So let's do the bird first. So we want him curved, so I'm going to do like bigger blob in the middle and then slightly smaller piece. Okay, and the last little thing to do is a couple of little buttons just up the top here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay guys, so here's today's card. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!